Hoffman, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Alexis Page Dixon. Is that correct?
Yep.
Hi, Alex. It's really nice to talk to you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. Well, people don't know. We already know each other.
You
But you're a different person than you were the last time that I saw you, which was a couple of years ago. Can you tell everybody what Alex is all about, who you are, and why we should even talk to you?
Well, my name is Alex Dixon, and I'm a motivational speaker. I'm going all across the United States teaching teachers how to teach students with special needs. I'm going to tell you a little about my background story. I got pneumonia when I was in 4th grade, and it triggered a glitch in my central nervous system. And as a result, I started dislocating, and I was going to die when I reached 6th grade. They tried brain surgery, and while I was under, I had a major stroke. That stroke saved my life, and now I am doing workshops and teaching medical students and teachers how to help students just like me.
Well, that's quite an amazing story for someone your age. You sound like you've been doing this for a really long time. How do you feel when you teach other people?
I feel good, like I'm making a difference in the world.
Now, I know you didn't give all the details, but how old were you when this stroke happened?
When I was 12.
12, okay, so you were 12 years old. What was Alex like before the stroke, and how have you changed as to who you are right now?
Before I had the stroke, I was shy. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wanted just to die and curl up. And I didn't want to live. But I took a spin on life after I had the stroke, and now I'm motivated to keep going and keep living.
So you're really describing it, you were just a shy kid?
Shy, and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to go to the doctors. I didn't want to do anything.
So I don't get it. I haven't gone through this experience. Why would you be more outgoing now than you were before?
Because before I had the stroke, doctors didn't believe me. They said, I can't help you. You should go to the conversion disorder, where I'm going to send you to the conversion center at the hospital. And they didn't understand what I was going through.
So, do you mean from a medical perspective or a psychological perspective?
Both. They were treating me differently. Mm-hmm. The doctors shouldn't have given up.
Yeah, when you say treating differently, what do you really mean? Treating you differently than other people?
They didn't think. It's difficult because if you have a broken bone, they can know how to fix you. But if you have a neurological problem, it's difficult to find ways to help.
Mm-hmm. So how did this make you feel personally?
Like I was a loser, and I didn't want to live because they were treating me so poorly.
It's really important to me, and I think as a teenager, your perspective can be really, really helpful to a lot of adults. You said you felt like a loser. What does a loser feel like?
What I think loser is that you're shy, you don't want to go out there and be your best. You're more hidden in the shadows. That's what a loser is, I think.
So you didn't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. But you want to draw a lot of attention to yourself now.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to me. I don't get it. What changed?
I think now I'm a winner. I'm winning because I'm more motivated. I think I can just try again, and I'm going to get my good score on math. And I'm going to get my good score on my academics, and I'm going to get my hand back, and I'm just going to win.
Okay, why do you feel, I still don't understand why you feel different. I understand what you're trying to do different and you have a different approach to life, but why couldn't
Because
you do that before?
I'm not in pain, and I'm more with it.
Well, you certainly seem very focused. Is that a word you'd use to describe yourself?
I'm focused.
Okay.
Yes.
What other words describe Alex? If you let's say you were putting an ad in the newspaper, like this is
Okay.
what Alex is all about. What does it say?
I'm very funny. I make people laugh, and I also smile, and smile is the best medicine. And if you smile, you feel so much better.
So it sounds like sometimes Alex has an inner Alex, and there's an outer Alex. Is that correct?
Yes.
So what's the inner Alex saying?
I'm more. It's difficult. I think the inner Alex is I don't know what to do. Should I go for the gold or should I hold back and wait? And the outer Alex is like, you can do it. Just keep on going. And that's what.
Okay. So what kind of goals do you have for yourself now?
I want to graduate with my class, and I want to be a rehabilitation specialist where you go to the hospital and you visit kids in the hospital and you make them feel warm and comfortable and be their best friend.
So you see yourself working in a medical situation? And was that influenced by your experience, or had
Yes.
you always wanted?
I did want to be a veterinarian, but now I'm more focused with the children.
Okay, but you sound like you have a lot of energy going on. Is that true?
Yeah.
So what do you like to do for fun?
I like to go sailing. We have a boat in Cocoa. I also love to draw and do homework.
Do homework, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know many people your age that would say that. Why do you like to do homework?
Because if you do more homework, you understand it more, and then you get good grades.
I need to write a book about learning. Forget about motivation, man.
In the long run, you're gonna get a better career, a better everything.
So you know the value of an education, that's for sure. But is this did the old Alex?
I
Weren't you a
was
good student?
already a genius in the old Alex, but now in the new Alex, I have to work harder.
Yeah. Sounds to me like you like the new Alex better.
Yeah, it's difficult. I only have really half a brain. I lost all my academics, so I had to start from scratch again.
Okay, well I want to hear more about that. Definitely want to hear more about that.
Going shopping with my friends. I like working with people. I don't like being alone.
You really have changed, huh?
Yeah, big time.
I really wish we could have interviewed you about 5 years ago and then interviewed you now, because you seem to be so vibrant and happy and smiling. You've got a lot to say. So, well, let me ask you a hypothetical question.
Okay.
So we don't know if you can even answer this, but I would
Okay.
like to know. What would happen if Alex didn't have a stroke?
I would have died.
Well, assuming that you would have lived.
Okay.
Because it seems that the medical side of you influenced the personal side of you. So, if that event didn't happen, do you still think you'd be the person you are today?
No. I'm glad, kind of, that I had the stroke. I'm glad that I'm free of pain and free of the medical side. I didn't like being sick all the time for many years.
So it's kind of released you, released the inner Alex. I have some intellectual curiosity. We're talking about before and after. How did people treat you before and how do they treat you now?
Not that well before. When I reached 6th grade, I was in a wheelchair, and at the first day of school in middle school, the teacher asked for volunteers, and nobody raised their hands. And that made me feel like I was an invisible person, that I should not be able to go to school and learn.
How did it make you feel inside?
Horrible.
So what, do you have any advice? I mean, you're going to be a motivational speaker, well you already are, but you probably start getting a lot more gigs. You're going to make a lot more money. What are you going to tell other people that may be experiencing the type of things that you've experienced?
That never pick a student to go with you instead of doing asking for volunteers, and try to be a friend to that person who's suffering.
So are you talking about teachers being friends or just in general?
Students.
Students. Okay.
And stuff like that.
Is there anything that you know now, and this is a really important question, anything you know now that you wish you knew sooner?
Anything. I think the doctors should not give up on me, and many children like me.
Yeah, but that's what they need to know.
Why?
Right? Sounds like they needed to know that they should never give up. Well, what about you? I mean, is there anything, like I know now that I should be more patient than I used to be, and I'm a little bit more patient than I was when I was younger. So have you had any recent revelations or things that you just realized?
Now I realize that I have to be more independent and do my own stuff, like doing my homework or putting away the dishwasher and stuff like that.
You sound like you're pretty independent, I'm not sure.
Kind
I guess
of.
it depends what you compare yourself to.
Yeah.
What do you compare yourself to?
My parents.
That's probably tough. And what's your father do for a living?
I'm an engineer now.
He's an engineer? Okay. And what does your mother do for a living?
A math professor.
Yeah, so I think, sounds like you have really high targets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has those kind of targets. So is there anything you especially need to do to reach? You seem like you have like these really lofty goals.
Because I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna reach that point.
Is there anything that can stop you?
I think one of the reasons is that I can't drive.
Oh, well.
So it's difficult to get places.
Okay. I don't mean like cars. You can get people to drive you around because you've got a lot of charisma and magnetism,
Yeah.
and you can find like lots of people will do that for you.
Yeah. I'm
What about you? Is there anything holding you back?
making the right decisions.
Can you give me an example?
Like,
I can't imagine you make wrong decisions.
well, I don't sometimes think before I act.
You were lying in bed, and I don't know, how long were you in the hospital?
Like many months.
Many months. Okay, that alone, just to get through that, I don't know how you maintained your momentum. But Alex has some secret. And that secret is really important information for other people. So how come you didn't give up?
Because I think because I'm gonna do something great in the world. I wanted to live and just I just wanted to just
Well, what did you say to yourself in your head when you were lying there? And I guess you couldn't move, right?
I don't know.
There's nothing that you told yourself, I'm not going to stop, I'm just going to keep on going?
I guess it's just will to succeed.
Okay, will to succeed, but don't you run into obstacles all the time?
It makes me want to work harder.
Okay, so what's an obstacle that you've been dealing with, like maybe this week?
Like in geometry problem,
Right.
and I couldn't understand it. Proofs.
Yeah, I kind of remember that vaguely.
Yeah, it's so difficult because
Yeah.
it was word problems instead of equations.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Those are harder for you?
and it made me think.
Right.
But if I thought enough, I would do it.
See, what I don't get, and this has nothing to do with being a motivation professor, is why don't you get to the point where you say, forget it, I'm not going to try on this particular instance, I'm just going to, I've done enough, look how far you've come, okay? Why don't you just say, forget it?
Because I sometimes do forget it. Until my mom said, well, if you're not going to do your homework and you're going to fail, are you going to just deal with that and not get a degree, like a high school degree or whatever? And I think about it, and I say, actually, I want to get back to it.
Okay,
And
so,
that makes me...
well, in motivation, in the world of motivation, we may say that you're extrinsically motivated because you're doing it for your mom. I don't think you're doing it for your mom. I really don't. Am I wrong? I think you're doing it for you.
Partly.
Partly?
Yeah.
Well, what would happen if you could never get a job or you could never finish school? Would you stop trying?
No.
Okay, then it's you.
Yeah, I guess it's me.
You don't need the payoff. Do you need the payoff? I think you do it anyway. That's my opinion. I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I'm right. Okay. So it's all
You're always
about
right.
Alex. Okay. That's what I wanted to hear. It is you. I mean, I understand your parents
Yeah.
are very supportive of you and give you a lot of guidance and advice, but it sounds like it really all comes from you. They could give you the best advice in the world. If you didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
it wouldn't get done. Okay. Last question for you.
Okay.
What goals do you have besides your vocational goals as a rehabilitation therapist? What are kind of your life goals? What do you want to accomplish? And how do you want people, when they talk about Alex, what do you want them to say?
My goals. I want to be normal like everybody else. That's one of my goals. To be in a group, to have friends who support me. And I think when I don't have a lot of obstacles to get on over, I will have the opportunity to get friends. I have a lot of friends, but
I think you have about 1,000 friends, don't you?
Yeah. But also, I want to be able to make people understand.
What do you want them to understand?
That they should never give up, because there's going to be the opportunity to reach their goals.
Well, I think just this conversation and people listening to you and seeing how you are, that you're going to have a huge influence on people about not giving up, because it's real easy to give up. And a lot of
It's
people do
easier.
it, but
It's easier to give up than to keep going.
right, but that would never happen to you. So what are people going to say about you when they talk about you?
More positive than negative. But they say that I smile too. I smile 100% of the time.
Well, you have a nice smile, so that's a good thing.
And they always think that I work too hard. But I don't think so. I think if I work harder, I would get more places.
That's a very good
Right.
formula for success. And I can tell you, you're way more normal than most of the people I talk to. You know what you want, you know how to get it, and you're very happy dealing with the obstacles you encounter.
I enjoy it.
I just hope I'm around in 20 years to see how far you've gone. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you.